scheduled all my posts, right, for social media. One just posted automatically, which is perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. But not knowing what I posted and then seeing it actually live in the feed, it's a different kind of reaction. And I'm going to share this because it's so bad. And I laughed out loud at myself just barely. 10 seconds ago, I started laughing out loud, and I just thought, holy shit, I have to record this. So it's just a video about me saying you're one decision away from a totally different life. And I believe that wholeheartedly. However, this clip and how the music is and how loud it is and when the music comes in and when it ends, it's so bad. It's so fucking bad. And it's on my page for everybody to see. But it's funny because I can beat myself up and get so discouraged and feel like shit about all this. And then on the flip side, I can sit here and laugh at myself and whatever. And I'm going to share some cool things about this in just a sec. So let me play it. Listen to how shit this is. Decision away from a totally different life, whether that's hitting the gym, great music, and actually taking it serious for once in your life, or eating healthy, or choosing to stop going out and eating fast foods, or pursuing the side hustle and going on a business idea, or asking a girl out, or whatever it is. Just one decision, completely different life. So the music ends right before, slightly before the clip ends, which is not good. I think the idea was to have the music kick in after I said, you are one decision away from a totally different life. And then, you know, that's right. That was the goal, but that didn't work the way that I wanted it to. And meanwhile, I was very discouraged or very insecure about recording the show in general because I felt like I looked like shit and the lighting was bad and the natural lighting was going down, the outside was going down. So the color of the whole video, it changed throughout the whole clip. So then I had to color grade it different. So all in all, it was just a whole shit show. And I saw that. Just watch this now. And I thought, dude, this is so bad. This is so bad. For one decision away from. Dude, I wish there was an easier way to pause the shit. Okay, so here's the cool part. So I get a message from somebody. I guess we'll shout him out, whatever. Josh Richards. This guy is another personal trainer. He's another guy. It's kind of cool how this all came together. He's another guy that I came in contact with by doing my comments and my reach outs and stuff. And we were talking back and forth here and there. I was talking about what he does, how much he makes, and how many clients he's had, all that stuff. So we're going back and forth. It didn't really amount to much, but then I get another message at 6 today, which at 6:04, and the message or the post went out at 6. And he says, how do you only have 29 followers? I need to get in that algorithm. You make good personal videos. And then he said, add some workout stuff in there too next. I will blow up, homie. So I think he said you will blow up. I think that's what the goal is because, not selfishly, but we're talking about me here, so I don't know. Anyway, so he said that. And it's cool because he said that directly after this video was posted. And I think this video is dog shit ass butt crust. I think it's so bad. So I get a compliment right after I post that, and it's a nice compliment. And then I get another guy, his name's Jess. What's up, Breed Lions? I don't know if he goes by Jesse or Jess, but either way, man's a beast. So commented a couple emojis and said true. And small shit like that goes a long way, man. It's really cool. But me seeing it, and my first impression being like, dude, this is asshole. But then getting 2 compliments from it. It's interesting, you know, because my judgment I don't know. Now I'm overthinking this whole thing. It's like, wow, what if they also thought it was so shit, so they're trying to compliment me, thinking that I think it's good, even though they think it's ass. So I don't know. That's how my brain works. But I don't really know what else I want to talk about, so I'm gonna pause and come back later. But yeah, that just happened, and I just wanted to document that stuff.
Dude, great. I just realized that it was recording through my Bluetooth speaker, not my microphone. So the first 4 minutes of the show, I know. I don't even have to listen to it. I know that it's ass. I know that it's shitty quality. But anyway, whatever. It's not why you come and listen to the show. So, yeah, I guess what I'll talk about. So I have this check-in sheet, this form. Not the thing that the client fills out, but the thing that I'm trying to create. So, okay. So the client in the program is going to fill out a daily compliance form every night. And it is designed, I've already talked about this, it's designed to be as quick and as easy as possible. They don't have to type anything. They don't have to think. They just have to click boxes, click yes or no answers, click A, B, C, D, E, F, G answers. And I made it that way because if I want them to do this every day, it needs to be as easy and as quick as possible to do every day. And I've timed myself doing it, and you can get it done in less than 90 seconds if you're just going through it. If you're reading if you're going through it, reading every single question. If you're going through it and you've read every question and you know what answers are what, you can get it done in 39 seconds. So the client is responsible for doing this once a night, and then their numbers, their percentage for the day goes into, I don't know if I have the post here. I don't have it pulled up. Their answers go into a form, and that form scores their day and gives it a percentage. And I copy that percentage and I put it in this chart or this sheet or whatever you want to call it with their weight so that they can see their percentage at the end of week 1, the total, and what their average weight was for the end of week 1. And that will show about an average of, okay, it looks like when you're complying at the program at 80%, it looks like you're losing this much weight. When you're complying with the program about 90%, you're losing this much weight. And it's got week 1 through 52. I'm only offering plans for 12 weeks at the moment, and I will do so until I can get more confident with selling and doing that sort of thing. And what better way to do that than to make an offer so irresistible that everybody would feel stupid saying no. It's a goddamn speaker that fucked up the show earlier. So that's the goal. And I've talked about this. Do I have the form on hand? Probably not. Let's see. Numbers. Yeah, numbers. I got it right here. So if I go 90% off of the price that I want to offer long term, that'd be $195 for 3 months paid in full. That's ridiculously cheap. I've already talked about it. I'm not going to go into that side of things, but the plan was to sell 5 packages at each of these price points. So 3 months. So for the first 3 packages, there would be 3 months only. And then once I get to a higher package of 6 months, that would be closer to $900 for 6 months, which again is just so fucking cheap, dude. It's crazy. So again, not getting into it, but that's that. So it's got the weekly progression, week 1 through 52. And then at the bottom, it's got a tracker so all this is filled out by me, by the way. The only thing that this is, okay. I fill this out and then I record a Loom video. And if you don't know what that is, it's a screen recording, but it's got a video of me in the top corner or wherever I want to put my image talking while I go over the sheet. So that is how the weekly check-ins will be done. I don't know how many other coaches do that. I don't think it's super uncommon. I'm pretty sure that it is something that a lot of coaches do. But it just adds to the value. So it's me talking to them. It's not me with some pre-recorded bullshit. It's me, a different video every day, talking to the client, saying their name, referencing their sheet that I'm looking at, referencing their new data in the sheet, everything like that. So it's just a little touch, and that's what I'm working on. So I'm trying to make it as easy to look at and as easy to understand as I possibly can. So I was looking at it earlier because I haven't touched this in a month or so. I was looking at it earlier and I was like, what the fuck am I looking at? So now what I'm trying to do is clean it up and make it much more organized and make it look like something that a client would be excited to look at every week. So the things that I've got on here now, and this is all I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to go to bed. So the things I've got on here now is the day 1 starting weight, their goal weight, and then it has how many pounds that is. So I have an example client here. So we got 187 pounds. That's what they weigh. Their goal weight is 170, which is exactly 17 pounds. Their start date is September 24, and their goal date to hit that is December 17th, 2024, which is this 12 weeks. It's a 12-week program. So obviously that could change based on what the client wants, but it is a way to put that. It's another thing that I could put. It's a visual that the client needs more time than just 12 weeks. So just one little tiny enhancer or reminder that they probably need to sign up for longer than the time that they did, especially for so fucking cheap, dude. And then, yes, the goal weight, or the day one start date, which is today, is for this client, which is me. And the goal date, so December 17th, which is 84 days, which is 12 weeks. And then, which is a loss of, and then the average, which is 1.4 pounds lost per week. So that's not super aggressive, but it is it's more on the offensive side, you know. I would say anything more than a pound is quick. Anything more than 2 pounds it's aggressive. Anything more than 3, I would say that's not something you want to do, depending on how much you weigh. If you weigh 500 pounds, then hell yeah. But if you are 200 pounds, 250 pounds, I think anything more than 3 pounds is just so aggressive. I think you're going to change really quick. I don't think it's going to be sustainable for you. And I think that you'll plateau sooner than you'd like. And because you've already reduced your calories so much, there's not much room to go. So just my 2 cents there. Every coach does it different, but I'm in it for the long haul. So anyway, that's that. And then I've got their stats, so their height, their weight, their age, and their activity level. And I've got that integrated with this sheet so that I can calculate their macros from this, because it calculates their basal metabolic rate and then their total daily energy expenditure, which is the numbers that I run to calculate the protein, carbs, and fats, to calculate their calories, and then I choose their protein, carbs, and fats. And for protein, I've always done minimum 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, and then carbs and fats are pretty much whatever the client can best adhere to. That's the percentage that they would follow. And so what I've done below this is I put the different macro splits based on the amount of meals per day you want to eat. So I've got a big number 3, and then protein, carbs, fats, calories, what your meal would need to look like in terms of macronutrients if you only ate 3 meals per day. So with this example, we've got 210 protein, 245 carbs, 65 fat for a total of 2,405 calories. So if you only ate 3 meals per day, you need 70 protein, 82 carbs, 22 fat for a total of 802 calories per meal. Now, obviously, these are averages, so it could fluctuate above or below, but it's just an average just to give the client an idea of what they should aim for. Because something that I also recently finished is I don't have an official name for it, but the 9-step nutrition blueprint. It's got step 1. I'm just going to read you the steps, so go in depth on another show. But step 1, the base. Step 2, plug and play. Step 3, logging in MyFitnessPal. Step 4, start with protein. Step 5, more protein. Step 6, remaining meals and an important reminder. Step 7, full meals. Step 8, fill in the gaps and adjust. Step 9, done. Let's work the plan. So it's an 18-page guide with so many examples, so much detail, and that is what the nutrition protocol will call for. Now, this is going to be read by me in a Loom video as well. It's going to be part of the onboarding process, so the client will get this immediately after signing up so they know exactly what to do. And I don't know exactly when they'll get it, but I don't want to overwhelm them with stuff, so we'll figure that out. But anyway, all this to say, in this document, I reference the averages and the macros per meal a lot. So having this chart here is just more work done for them. So in the example, I used 6 meals per day because that's what I eat usually. Right now I'm intermittent fasting, and I don't eat until 11, and I stop eating around 7. Sometimes it's around 11:30 to 7:30. Sometimes it's 12 to 8. Sometimes I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I go 1 to 9. So anyway, it's got the different macro splits based on the amount of meals that the person might want to eat today, ranging from 3 to 10. And I would say nobody is really going to opt in for more than 6. Because if you're having 7 meals a day, you're eating about every 2 hours and 20 minutes, which is quite a lot. And if you're having 10 meals, you're eating every 90 minutes. So whatever works for you, man. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer here. Whatever you can stick to long term and adhere to, that's what you should stick with. That's what you should do. That's what you should choose to pursue daily. So anyway, it just shows the averages. So for example, if you're eating 6 meals a day with the macros I said earlier, it's 35 protein, 41 carb, 11 fat, 401 calories. That's super doable for virtually everybody. So for 6 meals a day, you're eating about every 3 hours. So you wake up, let's say you wake up at 5, you go to bed at 8. You wake up at 5, you go to bed at 9. So that would be 16 hours awake. So you would eat at we'll just say 5:30 and then 8:30 and then 11:30 and then 2:30 and then 5:30 and then 8:30. And there you go. There's 6 meals with 3 hours apart. Did I do that right? 5:30, 8:30, 11:30, 2:30, 5:30, 8:30, 5 to 9. Right? I feel like I'm doing that wrong. But what am I doing wrong here? Yeah, I don't know, man. Whatever. So anyway, that's the plan there. It's just a visual for the client to see. So now what I'm trying to do is organize it and make it so easily understandable, viewable, so that when they get this on a weekly basis, they'll know exactly what to look at and they'll know how to get to whatever they're trying to get to. So also the goal here is to record the video, send them the video, but then also send them the updated sheet so that they can view it themselves without me talking, without all this shit. Because I noticed when I export this, because I'm using Google Sheets, when I export this as a PDF and then actually go all the way through and then download it and view it, it's very crisp. So you can, the sheet itself, if you view the whole sheet in one view, everything's very small. But when you zoom in, everything is still crisp and high detail. And so that means I could put everything on one sheet. And I don't really know where I was going with that, but it looks very organized. It's very clean. It's you can see everything. So there's no trying to fit things to pages or whatever. I don't have to worry about any of that. Maybe it would be beneficial if I made a version that was all black and white so people could print it and have that shit as a visual, because I'm that kind of guy. I like that stuff. But anyway. So that's what I'm working on. I need to go to bed now. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what's important, if I need a graph, what color this should be, how big should that be, what font should this be, a bunch of small details. But I'm really trying to make this I don't know what else to say, man. I'm really just trying to make this as easy and understandable as possible so that when a client gets this, they are not only motivated to keep on going, but they have a clear vision and roadmap of where they're headed based on different circumstances. So for example, I have strong adherence, mediocre adherence, and then shit adherence. And that's literally what it says. Strong, mediocre, and shit. Like for real, shit adherence. If you follow the shit adherence path and you lose 0.2 pounds per week, which is still progress, it's just very shitty adherence, you can do better. But if you follow that, then from your starting weight here at 187, it's going to take you 30 weeks to lose 6 pounds. So 7 months to lose 6 pounds, which again, progress is progress, no matter the intensity, size, speed, or increment. So you should be proud of that. However, you should be aiming higher. So you look at the mediocre adherence, that's 0.6 pounds per week. So at the end of week 30, you will have lost about 18, which is much better. But then with the strong adherence, I've put that at 1.3 because I just think that's a fair number, 1.3 pounds per week. And looking at that, by the end of week 30, you'll be at 156. So it's a loss of 30.2 pounds. I believe that's what it is. Which is awesome. At the end of 7 months, you've lost 30 pounds. It's fucking awesome. It's incredible. So those are the numbers. They might change based on how much the person weighs, because if they are coming at me and they're 500 pounds, the strong adherence might look like 3 to 4 pounds lost per week. And if they come to me and they're, 130 pounds, they're trying to lose 10 pounds, then that strong adherence might look closer to the mediocre for the example. And that's just all dependent on what the person can stick with. So I've got this. I want to make this into a chart, a graph, so it's an easier visual to see and understand for the person looking at it. Because again, this will be updated weekly. I will make a recording of this, of me going over this with them. So I'll be like, okay, it looks like we got this percentage and it looks like your weight is this. Looking at the adherence, if you keep up with this rate of progress, looks like you'll be at this weight at this time, which is 3 weeks ahead of schedule. It's fucking awesome, man. Also saw in the form, in the weekly check-in form, which is different than the daily, looks like you said that the chest day is pretty easy and you want it to be harder. All right, so what I'll do, and I'll just record myself editing their plan. It's me updating their plan so they can see live me doing their shit for them right now. So that's that's all that. Is this still recording? Yeah. So that's what I've been working on today. Also touched up on more of the financial sheet for myself from earlier. Just editing everything to make it look nice. That's it. Because it's pretty much done. I just have to copy and paste, drag it down. I mean, there's certain features in this thing I'm trying to make better. Like I've got the calendar, I've got the monthly day where every bill comes out on whichever day, and then I've got the paydays, and I got how much money I have left at the end of the day. But I want to implement a tiny calendar at the side of every month, and it looks like I can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, if I go all the way down, I can put a full year in between every month, which is pretty cool. But I'm trying to make it practical, not trying to just load it with information if I can't easily access it. So, whatever. But yeah, again, this is a less of a priority. However, I do love this shit, so it's very easy to just focus on and get things looking nice. Because there's so many things you can do. But anyway, it's not important. So that's what I'm working on today. It's probably what I'll be working on for the next week or so, because this is the type of shit that is important. Making this check-in sheet so that the client can see. Also, I'm gonna have to write the step-by-step process of how to do all this, so when it comes time to actually do it, I can do it and not have to spend 2 to 3, 4 hours trying to figure out the best way to do everything. Because as we know, ignorance tax is a fucker. So the less of that I have to pay, the better. So anyway, that's the show. Hopefully you enjoyed my reel earlier, my video I posted. It's so funny because that same guy, after I stopped recording earlier, that same guy reached back out and we were talking back and forth, and he said, yeah, dude, I really like the lighting. And I'm like, dude, that's so ironic that you said that, because I just said on my other podcast that I thought the lighting was so goddamn ass. So it's like, thank you. And yeah, anyway, so shout out to him. Shout out to Josh Richards. Just found him by commenting on other stuff and leaving genuine comments and compliments on other people's photos and videos. And I mean, there's proof right there that me going out of my way to say something nice to somebody else has come back to help me. So fuck yeah, dude. There's your reminder to do good unto others. So all right, that's the show. Appreciate you listening. See you later.